Not surprising. Humidity is at 21%. Winds are gusting out of the south at 16 miles per hour. We've got all kinds of fire weather watches and all that. The fire weather watch is now in effect through 9 p.m. this evening. The red flag warning is now in effect until 9 p.m. this evening. And then we have a wind advisory in effect through beginning at 11 today through 9 p.m. this evening. Expect widespread blowing dust, sunny, and a high of, and that's for, they're saying like after 3s when they say expect the dust. Sunny and 94 with winds out of the southwest 15 to 25, increasing 25 to 35. Could see wind gusts as high as 45 miles per hour today. Winds continue tonight, blowing dust till about 9 p.m., partly cloudy, overnight low of 58. Winds will be blowing out of the southwest 25, 35, gusting as high as 45 miles per hour. Those winds will drop down 15 to 25. If that's a drop, I guess it is a little bit, after midnight. Friday, more wind, more hot, patchy blowing dust, mostly sunny, 84, so a little cooler, but still warm. Windy, southwest winds 15 to 20 early, 25 to 30 for the afternoon, gusting as high as 45 miles per hour. Friday night, winds continue, mostly clear, overnight low of 46. Southwest winds 20 to 30, gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. They'll drop down 10 to 20 after midnight. Saturday, bringing in cooler temperatures and rain chances. Less wind, too, little less. There is a 30% chance for showers for the afternoon on Saturday. Mostly sunny. 68 is our high. So we're going to go from, 84 to 68 overnight. There's a big drop. So plus breezy winds out of the north, 10 to 20 miles per hour. We're also looking at a 20% chance of rain for Saturday night, mainly before midnight, partly cloudy, overnight low of 40. And then Easter Sunday looking beautiful, sunny and 75. Going to be a perfect day. Great for outdoor stuff, everything you're going to do, going out to Cielo Grande, if you're going to church or family stuff out in the park, whatever you got going on, weather should be good for that. And then Monday when you head back to work at school, sunny and 83. All right, 9:28. We're going to take a 3-minute break. Then we're going to play that interview talking about with the gig and the big Easter drive-through event that's going on all week. So that's up next. Don't go away.
When managing a chronic illness, access to the right treatments makes all the difference. Artesia General Hospital's Infusion Center provides IV therapy and biologic treatments, so you don't have to travel far for care. Expert infusion therapy right here in Artesia. Call 575-736-8256 today to learn more.
When the power goes out, Central Valley Electric Cooperative linemen respond. No matter the time of day or night or weather conditions, they always show up to get the lights back on. The next time you flip a switch, take a moment to remember those who make it possible. The linemen who ensure we have reliable electricity. CVE would like to thank all linemen for their courage and commitment to powering our communities. Not just on Lineman Appreciation Day, but every day.
Have you spent a lot of time trying to whiten your teeth with no real success? Here at Carabelli Dental, we have a solution. Get that perfect smile you've always wanted with veneers. Veneer treatment is quick and minimally invasive and will provide you with a confident smile in just a couple easy steps. You deserve to love your smile, so don't let another day pass you by without calling us to start the smile design process.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455.
Spring has sprung, so it's time to move on into the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop in Roswell. Now the Cow is an authorized handy quilter long-arm dealer. Spring fabrics are here and summer fabrics are arriving daily, plus quilts, shirts, and rope bowls made right here at the Calico Cow. Brother sewing machines with warranties are also on sale. Plus, the Calico Cow can fix and perform maintenance on all brands. Log on to RoswellQuilting.com. Spring into the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, 200 East College in Roswell. Want to know how? Come see the cow.
The Roswell Symphony Orchestra presents Kinderman Plays Beethoven, Saturday, May 3rd, 7:30 p.m. at Pearson Auditorium in Roswell. William Kinderman returns to Roswell to perform Beethoven's Piano Concerto No. 5, Emperor, along with works by Weber, Dvorak, and Richard Strauss. Tickets are on sale now and are available at roswellsymphony.org or by calling 575-623-5882. Kinderman Plays Beethoven, Saturday, May 3rd, 7:30 p.m. at Pearson Auditorium in Roswell. Paid in part by the City of Roswell Lodgers Tax.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests, and they offer answers and solutions when you need them most. Protect your home, your children, and your pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Let Bob Reed Pest Control and their fully licensed professionals start working for you and your family today. Find them online at bobreedpestcontrol.com or call 575-623-5344. Serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Due to extreme pressure and weather conditions, it literally rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. Stop snickering because I said Uranus. Here's Mike Winters.
The gig is here. The gig is here. Pastor Jim busy, but Laura's busy. But Laura, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm wonderful and highly blessed. Thank you.
And of course, the gig is, if for folks not familiar, if you just so happen on a Friday evening be hanging out around downtown and see a bunch of people gathering on the Travis County Courthouse lawn, and you're wondering what's going on over there, guess what? That's the gig.
That's the gig. Yes, it is.
And it is basically just an open church. It's kind of they kind of gather and come celebrate God. Come bring your problems or not your problems, or just come.
Praise
come
and worship and prayer.
It's every gig event is unique in and of itself. It's kind of it's of the people, and it's
for the people.
Private folks come up and give testimony. Some always have entertainment and stuff. Usually there's always someone singing or performing. There's always food. I mean, it's always a good time. But at the end of the day, it's kind of a Friday night party for God kind of thing. That's the best I could describe it.
That sounded pretty good. I like that.
But it really is. It's a fluid church. I mean, it's not like it's not like a Sunday there's a building. It's just and everyone's a member. You just come as you are. Come you're a millionaire.
Literally come as you are.
If you're a millionaire, come on down. If you're homeless, come on down. It don't matter. If you're a person that has a heartbeat and you're breathing, and we'd love to have you. That's pretty much it.
If you're hungry, come be fed, and if you're not hungry, come feed.
Yeah.
Either way.
And it's all just it's really and that's what I love about it, because it really is a community melting pot. You will see all walks of life hanging out there, from your family with the husband, wife, and 2.5 kids to people that don't know where they're going to sleep tonight. I mean, you find all of the above.
There isn't anyone on the planet that doesn't need prayer.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure. Well, especially the world we live in.
Yes.
Where it seems like everyone's more adversarial, not less.
Correct.
Maybe a little time out and remember
to lighten
why we're
the
here.
darkness.
Yeah. So, but you guys do have an event coming up here.
Yes.
And this is, of course, we are in Easter season.
That is it.
And so
right around the corner.
and as Christians, I mean, Christmas is fun. Christmas is amazing. Christmas is, a great thing to celebrate.
Yes.
But if you're a Christian and consider yourself a Christian, the reason you're a Christian is because of Easter weekend.
Yeah.
This is really
without
the big,
Easter, there is no Christmas.
This is the big holiday for
without
Christians.
Christmas, there's no Easter, I guess.
This is the miracle. The miracle in action is Easter.
This is the reason for
and so
the celebration.
So it is, I would say, the most important, season or reason for Christianity. So we want to, because it's the most brutal part of Christianity and the best part of Christianity all in a 3 days span. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Good Friday and what that day represents, and that's the day Jesus made the sacrifice.
Yeah.
And the Sunday, the Easter, is the reward for that.
Yeah.
And that's why this week is so important to Christians.
Yeah.
So it's kind of natural. You guys are going to be doing all kinds of celebrating here.
Well, this is actually more than a celebration. This is a representation.
I gotcha.
So this is something that the Lord laid on my heart, and Jim partnered with me. And this is a life-size drive-through real reason for the season.
Kind of like your Christmas.
It's exactly like the Christmas.
But this one features Easter.
So
celebrating the birth, we're
it's
celebrating
heavy.
the risen.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So we say heavy on the emphasis.
Gotcha.
So in Christmas, the emphasis is on the one side.
Sure.
And then now the emphasis is on the other side.
The reason we are
So
Christians.
The reason we are. And so Jim is the very last station. So you get to see his lovely face and have a taste of the gig.
Excellent.
At the very last station. He's there to pray for everyone.
Nice. So is it kind of like an audio tour of like Jesus's path to resurrection?
Absolutely.
Nice.
That's exactly what it
Very
is.
good.
So it's safe for the whole family.
Good deal.
because-
So despite, as folks know, the nature of the Friday, this is still family friendly. Where we're not gonna.
Yes.
We're not gonna horror fest folks or anything
No.
like that.
No, not at all. No,
No.
I'm actually very, very conscious of
Sure.
that. And
Well, and
trying-
put it this way, like movies like The Passion of the Christ
yes,
are greatly
needed. Needed.
but not everyone is ready to see a movie like that.
Yes. So I'm very conscious of that, and
Yeah.
I want to represent his sacrifice without making
The
it,
trauma.
Yes,
I understand completely.
something that a family
Age
wouldn't
appropriate.
want.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes. This is life, and as parents and as things, that's you're the guardians. You
Right.
decide what's appropriate, but
Yes.
but universally, there's things that there's certain things 2, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds just should not be exposed to yet.
Right. Or won't understand.
And there'll be a
but-
time.
Yes.
This ain't it. But that being said, this event don't have to worry about it.
Correct.
This is gonna
Absolutely.
bring everybody.
Yes.
There's nothing that's going to make you feel at ease when it comes to that kind of.
And the super wonderful part is you never have to get out of your car.
Nice. Although if the weather's nice, you might want to.
Well, at the very end, you are welcome to get out and fellowship with Jim, and
But you gotta keep the
get your
flow
kids
going
out
for
and
the
everything.
rest there.
So it's designed so that you do not have to get out of your car,
Gotcha.
so that all of the children can stay in their car seats and still see it. And so you drive through. Literally drive through. That's why we call it the drive through.
Sure.
But you drive through in your car, and yes, there's a soundtrack, and it's timed. And so,
Do they like tune in your radio or something? Or
no, I've literally created a.
oh,
a
okay. So you can just
soundtrack.
have the windows
So
down. You're
It's
perfect. Okay.
It's timed by how fast you drive.
Oh, nice.
So you drive through at a certain speed.
like all high techy.
It's pretty high techy especially for me. I'm a low techy person, and the Lord revealed everything I needed, and it was pretty amazing. So yes, it is timed. So that does clear up one of the misunderstandings. It does not start at 7:30. The first car can go through.
Gotcha.
At 7:30. So anytime between 7:30 and
Whenever you
when
get-
my clothes down.
Yeah.
I usually start waning around 10, but I do my best. You know?
Sure.
But
and
yeah.
so whatever works in your schedule.
Right,
So if you can't come out till 8,
exactly.
come out at 8.
Exactly.
You want to be there right at 7.
Right.
Great. Whatever,
Yes.
or 7:30 rather.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you.
Well,
But,
basically, the best show is when the sun is down.
yeah, you want it a
So,
little dark. So you might want to give it a little bit of time.
If you show up at sunset, then you could be the first one in line, and as soon as the lights start turning on, then
Sure.
you can go. But the lights won't turn on until the sun is down.
Gotcha. And
So-
but if you do, or if you're busy, because I get it, there's a lot of things, especially if it's Easter
Right,
week.
right. And
you
people
probably got a
think,
lot of
oh, no, I
plans.
can't make it at 7:30. Like, that's not when it starts. It's when it opens.
And
so
the
you
beauty
can come
of it,
anytime.
it's
Yeah.
almost a week long here, the 14th to
Yes.
the 19th. So you've got between that
Right.
week there, you should be able to carve
Right.
out a half hour, an hour or so to knock something.
Monday
Good to
through
go.
Saturday, and then the next day is Sunday church for Easter.
And
so
it's going to be in Deer Creek there. The actual address to put in your GPSs and all that is 39. My eyes are being goofy on me.
You're
6439 West 2nd Street in Roswell there.
Yes.
It's it's same place if you went out
Same
for
place
Christmas.
if you were-
and-
yes.
Yeah, it's same location there, but if you did get a chance to
It's
participate.
where the old big truck used to sit
Yes.
years ago. So and the sign is giant. It says Deer Creek, so you can't miss it. But
Yeah.
6439 West 2nd, and we'll be open from 7:30 till at least 10.
Yeah.
No earlier than 10.
Beginning next week here on the
And
14th.
on the 14th, so Monday through Saturday.
Yeah.
Is when we open. And,
right up in that way, and then your Easter Sunday
Yeah.
is ready for church and family. there.
So this is the good gossip.
Yeah, hey, come on in.
This is the good gossip. So tell a friend, bring a friend, get the word out, put it on your social media, let everybody know.
Absolutely. And this is what I love is because it does give, especially for your younger kids, the visual. I'm sorry, how how you present information to people is the key
Yes.
sometimes. And just reading out of a
Yes.
book, some people do very well with that. Most of us don't. But when you present it in a way that's a show,
Yes.
something
Yes.
that they can remember later.
Exactly.
So, so I almost think this is more for the younger kids.
Yeah,
I mean,
in a way,
it really is
yes.
geared to present to them the story of Christ, but do it in a way that is more age
Engaging,
appropriate. When we
because-
want to get into more details, we'll wait
Yeah.
till you're a little older and more appropriate.
Well, we're in a digital age right now, and to get the kids off the tablet,
They're
there's-
smarter than we are at anything electronic
right.
at this point. So.
And so, there's a lot of people that want to get the message out to their children, but can't wrangle them into a chair for an hour to read the stories. But they're getting to see something, and the story is being read to them.
Yeah.
And, it's engaging enough that, they'll stay.
Like for me,
In tune.
it was. Now I'm unique in I actually went to Catholic school for kindergarten through second grade, and then my parents moved, and I started public school after that.
Yeah.
But those 3 years, how I learned all this was school plays.
Oh, yeah.
Like we always did
Yeah.
the Christmas play where they're celebrating the birth of Jesus, and then of course Easter with Good Friday, and then him rising from the grave on Sunday. That was and so for me it was those school plays.
Yeah.
Half the time I played a rock or a sheep, but every once in a while I got a
that's
speaking
okay.
part.
Exactly.
And I
A
get
rock
speaking-
is no pressure.
That's right.
No pressure. Just be.
Just don't move.
Be still and know that I am God. Be the rock.
That's right. But that's how for me. And so for this is kind of
You
like
got to be Peter then, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. I think one year I got to be a wise man. That was like my
okay.
highest
There you
level of
go.
acting gig was I was like third wise man. Obviously for the Christmas play. But to me, this is almost like a community version
Yes.
of that, but obviously way
Yes.
better than a kid.
Yes.
But so cool. So
And it's free, and you can go through as many times as you want.
Yeah.
So if you bring through one family member, and you're
Tell your
just
family,
on
friends,
fire,
neighbors.
and you just like, I want to grab everyone. Well, go grab everybody, load them into a van, and bring them through.
Monday
So-
night you go check it out, then Tuesday night you come and bring your neighbors. Maybe the next night you bring another set of neighbors or
Exactly.
your cousins or somebody.
Thursday night, you get a van, you load up everyone you can find.
Yeah,
And
works good.
exactly. Get them all
Exactly.
through,
So.
because it would be a shame for me to do 3,000 man hours of set building and have no one. But we've served actually thousands now. There, I had.
I
About,
got a feeling you're going to have plenty of.
yeah,
people
we had
coming
about
out.
200 plus people come through for Christmas, and
Well, and to me, I like it because Christmas evokes some of that, driving out, see the lights and all that.
yes,
The Easter,
yes. It's
doesn't
kind of
it-
missed.
like I feel like now we're giving you a chance. Hey, go,
Yes.
this is your chance to do like the family Easter activities
Yes.
that, are outside of going to church and having the Easter Sunday dinner and all that good stuff.
Right.
And so.
That have nothing to do with
Yeah, so
Easter
this is really a
hunts and
chance to
things like
kinda-
that. That's why God laid it on my heart to call it the real reason
and make it a
for
big-
the season, because it's literally showing you
Yeah.
why we are doing what we're doing.
Make it a bigger
you
deal
know.
for the kids.
Yeah.
It is. So, of course,
Yeah.
while we were talking, Pastor Jim did pop in for a visit while we're
hi.
while we're discussing
See,
this. So
I was
good
trying
morning.
to, I was trying to
Good
pass
morning, everybody.
myself off as you, and everyone said, "You're not Jim." I'm like, "No, I clean up nice."
Everything's good. Everything's good.
She
Like the cool
she
thing
would not
about-
have to shave for a while to pass as you either.
Yeah, there you go. The cool thing about what Laura's done out there, is just the man hours and stuff like that she's put into this, for the public and everything.
Yeah.
And when you're driving through there with your kids and stuff like that, the visual, just brings it all to life. and
Absolutely. That's the
everything, you know what I
memory.
mean?
That's what they're going to take.
All right.
Years
And-
later, they're going to be like, oh, I remember it, and especially in the dark, and it's going to evoke a sense.
It does.
Yeah. I remember when.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
And everything becomes real to you, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And stuff. And people remember, this thing, all their lives.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because is it going to be a life-changing event? For some people it could be.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
it has
Or
been actually.
I think
it has
where
been.
it's more going to be, and this is what I like, is it's creating the foundation for kids.
Yes.
Getting them. I'm going to take a stab. For some kids, will be their first exposure to some of this, and they're going to be like, "What is that? This is crazy. What's going on there?" And it's going to set the table for the curiosity.
Yes.
Right.
That's the way I look at it. It's like, let's hit them with the flashbang, and then they'll be like, what was that? Let me tell you about that.
There
you go. You know what I mean?
It opens up the door for questions.
Absolutely.
And what's crazy is it's done the same with adults. So wait a second, how come you? And I was like, well, here, let me show you.
Yeah.
And scripturally backing up, because literally nothing out there is not from scripture. I haven't added or taken away one word.
It's all
I have to be
by
true
the book,
to the Bible.
literally.
Exactly, literally by the book.
Pretty much.
The only thing added is songs, just so that you have music.
You gotta have a little entertainment, make it some flow, and make it a pleasurable.
I've had people. Well, how come you did it? I said because I took it exactly word for word, like exactly,
Sure.
and so
this isn't a dramatization.
No,
this
it's
is
not
out the book.
And what's crazy is because everything has been prayed over, and every detail has been, agonizingly prayed over, and made sure that it was right. And so I've seen adults go through and just come out weeping on the other end because and they're people of faith. I've read it a million times,
Yeah.
but the thing is, she goes, you see it at night and everything else drops away and you're there.
Well,
And you're literally living the moment that it happened.
Sure.
Because and there's like, I know it was a mannequin, but,
But, yeah.
I was there and it was
evokes it.
happening,
Yeah. It's a personal experience.
It's a personal experience.
Yeah,
it really is.
and to be honest, that's what faith is all about. It's
Yeah.
a personal experience, and so it's a chance to kind of give a visual
Yeah.
of your own personal interpretation a little bit, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Because
So-
I'm sure we all, at some point you think about, anytime what
Yeah.
must have been like, and what was
Right.
the, what I mean? It's just we all have those thoughts,
Exactly.
and so now that kind of puts a footprint or a stamp on that a little bit, and that's why I think
It
it is
does.
powerful. But
Yes.
that's why I think it's important for kids to see that it's like
Right.
this is like as a man in his 50s now, I remember some of those formative things, and I remember what stuck with me and what hasn't.
Right.
And that's why I'm thinking, like, you hit your kids now, it will stick
Yeah.
with them, because
Yes.
I remember when I experienced similar things at those ages, and how it's impacting me today, and I feel like it's going to be the same for them. So,
Yeah.
so come and
thank
be a
you for
part.
that.
Yeah. Well, while we
Yeah,
got you here,
thank
Jim, what's
you.
anything on the gig front that we want to put on people's radar?
Well, we went down to the clerk's office the other day and turned in, my request for the dates for the gig this year.
Yeah.
The God Inspired Gathering. And Emma called me and said, I did the best I could. I was asking for 25 nights this year. And she said, I did the best I could. She said, all I could get you was 24.
Oh,
I said,
bummer.
that's going to work.
We'll have to take it, I guess.
Well, we're going to take one night off. Sorry.
That's going to work. But
Give it to Cat Mike. He needs some night off.
Right, exactly. He doesn't know what one of those is, but I was right there with him. Like, no, you're right. What is that?
But anyway, and this year we're doing some 2-nighters and some 3-nighters down at the gig. We're doing some little mini revivals and stuff.
Good.
Salvation Army has asked if they could join back up with us again.
Love
I
it.
told them absolutely. Food Not Bombs is going to be coming down, giving out some food and serving food. Christ Church, Pastor Lonnie's going to get their youth group out there.
It's the ground roots of our community that really every single time when this community needs, they rally the troops, they roll up their sleeves, and they get to work.
Everybody gets
Exactly.
together because, like I say, it's all about Jesus. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's what
Yeah.
we're trying to do is win some people to Christ,
Well, it's a party every Friday night, so be on the lookout. And, of course, we'll get Jim in here as we get a little closer to
Right.
summer events and Friday nights back out on the courthouse and all that.
Yes, sir. Yeah. We start. We're gonna kick off the second week in May.
Good deal.
You know what I mean? So we're just gonna have a great time in the
So,
Lord this
so
year.
to wet your beak in the meantime
Yes.
is come on out next week again. The real reason for the season, Journey to the Resurrection. This is the second annual, and so if you've been a part of the Christmas drive-through event, then come be a part of the Easter one. It's going to be happening all next week, April 14th through the 19th, from 7:30 to 10 each night, out at Deer Creek, 6439 West 2nd Street. If you want to put that in your GPSs and all that, it's at the west side of 6 Mile Hill. Just you're heading out that way. You can't.
Heading out towards Ruidoso.
Yeah.
You can't miss it at night.
You'll start seeing a gathering of people and things, just kind of.
You'll start seeing the light.
meandering towards that way. You'll find it. And then of course bring the entire family out for a drive-through
Yes.
event. It's going to be complete. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. I imagine if you'd like to leave a love offering or something, there will be an opportunity.
I
do that.
never ruin anyone's opportunity to sow seed and have blessing.
Well, it
So,
does cost money
yes.
to do these things,
It
and
does.
I know you're not swimming in like Scrooge McDuck, swimming in the vault full of coins or anything like that.
It's too cold.
Yeah.
I prefer.
It looked so pleasant when he did it, but I'm sure
I know.
it's not.
Too cold, too hard. Yeah.
But so if you'd love to do that, please. But please, if you don't worry about it. Come as you are.
Come as you are.
Come out and come experience
No need for
this.
makeup. It's dark.
Yes, come. Bring your family, bring your friends, and hopefully, it'll
be a family tradition.
Yeah.
This is what I want. I want it
Yeah.
to be a family tradition that every year you come and see what's new.
But I also hope it'll also evoke that
One question.
that sense, that foundation.
All you need is to open up the door with one question, Mommy, why?
Yeah.
And there it is.
And then you'll spend the rest of your life. That's the beauty of it. It's as simple as it gets and as complicated as it gets. You know, you can make it what you will.
There it is.
The more you know God, the less you know God.
And so this is always been my thought. It's like, yes, and I love that you pay attention to detail and but if you miss a detail, it's no big deal.
Right.
If you get the big one at the end, then you're good.
Yeah.
So if you do miss one, don't feel upset or feel like you missed out. It's okay. Guess what? Christians have missed details all their life, and they're still working to figure those out. That's the journey.
Well, you can also take the path of Jim and go through 3 times, and on the 3rd time, he came and looked at me, and I said, "Oh, yay! This time you actually looked at me," because I can see by the look on your face that you paid attention to the entire thing this time.
Nice.
So 3rd time's the charm. So if you want to come through, you can come through as many times as you want.
Exactly. If you missed, what was I doing again? I go back around. Let's go see.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had plenty of people who have gone through 3 and 4 times.
Well, and that's the idea.
They've just like, I need to bring this friend through, and I need to bring this friend through.
Well, it's the reason. I look at it the same thing. You go to church, same thing. You go to church,
right?
Even though
on
you're
one
like,
Sunday,
it's because it's a lifelong path.
Yeah.
And this is and just enjoy it. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a lesson, and we want to teach, and we want to expose people to why we are Christians. At the end of the day, this is a fun family event. Come and laugh and have fun and enjoy yourself.
And it's
That's
Roswell,
what it's there.
so hey, it's something to
I know it's a weighty message, but this is a fun event.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been through, like Laura said, I've driven through multiple times, and it's like, you watch a rerun of a movie and stuff like this. Oh,
I don't remember them
I
saying
completely
that.
missed that part.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
I missed
and
that
I
the
know the
first time.
story, and I've been there.
Right.
Okay, and and on and on. I'm like,
Oh,
Yeah.
And I go to Laura, hey, that was cool.
That's right. I'm telling you,
You know?
I've been watching the Naked Gun movie for 30 years, and there's still everything I'm missing there every once in a while.
Like, I don't remember them saying that. Well, and here's the good thing also is that, even if you have come through before for Christmas or last Easter, I change it every time.
Oh, yeah, it's a different...
I add to it every
now, the
time.
end of the story is the same, but...
But so what I'm doing,
but some of
because
the visuals...
my very first one, I only had 9 stops.
Okay.
Because all I had time for.
So
But
you're adding more...
I've added
adding more details to the
yes,
story.
I'm up to 16 stops now. So if you saw it the very first Christmas, you're thinking, I saw it, I don't need to go again. No, you need to go again because the story is now
We've
almost
added more.
doubled. It's not that the story has changed, is that more
We've added to it.
details
Yeah.
to the story have now been
You
revealed.
kind of were getting maybe a
So-
certain level version of the story. Now you're getting a more in-depth
Exactly.
level.
They're more visual and more
Exactly.
visual
Yes.
and more visual.
More deeper,
Mm-hmm.
more connected. So good deal.
Yeah, more pieces of the puzzle have been put in place.
Again, more chance for you to come see it. And again, next week, beginning the 14th to the 19th, beginning at 7:30 p.m., they'll go to about 10 o'clock each night there. Bring the whole family and come prepared to have some fun, but at the same
Yes,
time,
and make
hopefully be
memories.
inspired and amazed.
Yeah, make memories.
Good deal. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you very much. It's always lovely to be a part of
Anytime.
you.
And we'll see you guys next time here.
We
Thank
appreciate you,
you.
Mike, always.
I imagine you'll be popping in here about a month or so talking Friday night later. So.
Absolutely. Yell, holler, and scream. Let's go.
Exactly. All right, it's 8 o'clock. You're listening.
A Roswell police officer has been arrested in connection to a domestic violence incident with his girlfriend. On April 5th, RPD said a woman alleged she was battered by Brandon Spates. An internal investigation was launched, and Spates was immediately placed on administrative leave. To avoid conflict of interest, the case was turned over to Alamogordo Police. Since then, the DA's office has formally charged Spates with battery of a household member. He was arrested Wednesday after turning himself in. Spates is a 7-year veteran of Roswell Police. The Roswell Chavez County Office of Emergency Management, working with the Pecos Valley Amateur Radio Club and the National Weather Service in Albuquerque, are hosting a couple of flood risk and resiliency workshops. On Tuesday, April 29th in Roswell, the workshops will take place at the Daniels Leadership Center on the New Mexico Military Institute campus, with 2 identical sessions offered, the first from 3:30 to 5 and the second from 6:30 to 8. The free workshops replace the former Skywarn spotter sessions and will focus on severe weather preparedness, including flooding risks, emergency response coordination, and community resilience strategies. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
A lot of baseball and softball action going on today. Goddard in baseball will be playing at Lovington starting at 5 o'clock. The Rockets are 6-10 overall. Lovington is 10-7. This is the district opener for the Rockets, who will then host Lovington for a pair of games on Saturday at 11. Meanwhile, Roswell, 0-1 after losing to Hobbs on Tuesday, will get a chance at the Eagles at home today. That starts at 5 o'clock. Hobbs is 7-14 overall. Roswell's 8-12. NMMI will be playing in Albuquerque at Sandia Prep. Doubleheader starts at 3. The Colts are 11-6 overall, 4-1 in district. Softball action. Goddard at Portales this afternoon at 5 o'clock. Roswell at home for a doubleheader against Carlsbad. Dexter, if the schedule is to be believed, is scheduled for a triple header against East Mountain starting at 2. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Strong low pressure system moving our way. We won't be seeing any rain from that, but we will have very gusty wind and hot temperatures today. Sunshine, low 90s, wind gusting to 50 miles an hour. Overnight, windy, upper 50s and a few clouds, and then about the same for Friday. Very windy, sunny, and it will be a little bit cooler with low 80s. Maybe a shower Saturday, sunny Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. While Fed Chair Jerome Powell says no interest rate adjustments are pending in the U.S., the European Central Bank has cut interest rates for a 7th time. The move is aimed at fostering growth in the European economy amid higher American tariffs on European goods. Chinese President Xi continues his Southeast Asian tour, having arrived in Cambodia. The visit, Xi's first since 2016, concludes his 3-nation tour that included stops in Vietnam and Malaysia. Trade will likely be a major topic of Xi's discussions in Cambodia, which faces among the highest tariff rates proposed by Washington. Wall Street opened mixed on this final trading day of the holiday abbreviated week. The week began relatively quietly compared with the wild swings of the past several weeks. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
This is the time of year we can get all 4 seasons in just one day. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. 1 minute you're sweating in the sun, and the next minute you've got slush in your shoes. But that's winter in Roswell, and after 127 years, we're starting to get used to it. It's too early to plant very much, but you can fertilize pecan trees, spray for dandelions, order your bees, and pick up a new seed catalog. So come see us at Roswell Seed. Like Jim Gill would say, enjoy the warm days, but don't go far from the fire.
The Eastern New Mexico University System is proud to present One Eastern Day, sponsored by J.P. Stone Community Bank on Thursday, May 1st from 4 to 9 p.m. on the campus of Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. Come join ENMU for a family fun night featuring food trucks, inflatables, info booths, and live music by Roswell's own Grupo Maldad from 7 to 9 p.m. Bring out the whole family May 1st to ENMU Roswell and join us for One Eastern Day. Visit roswell.enmu.edu for more information. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM. KEND Roswell.
And that's going to do it for us. Have an amazing day. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow. Take care.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. President Trump is hoping that Republicans in Congress will pass a big, beautiful bill sooner rather than later and get it onto his desk for signature. Here's an update from correspondent Bernie Bennett.
Within House Speaker Mike Johnson's caucus, there are some major differences over what should or shouldn't go into the bill. And Senate Republicans don't necessarily see eye to eye with House Republicans on the mega bill that Trump envisions. One source of contention among House Republicans is Medicaid. A group of House Republicans in swing districts are making it clear that they will vote no to any bill that includes major cuts to the program. On Monday, a group of 12 vulnerable and moderate House Republicans in competitive districts sent a letter to Johnson, House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, and House Majority Whip Tom Emmer voicing their concerns. Bernie Bennett, Washington.
Also at townhall.com, talks between Iran and the United States over Tehran